Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to my Inbox 30 video. Now this is the 30th time I've shown new and second hand vinyl since I started making these videos about a year and 3/4 ago, which means I am buying far too much vinyl. Now in this one I'm going to show two record store releases that came out today, as today is the second drop of record store. And also some new vinyl I bought over the past month or so. There's some that I forgot to actually show in the last video, and then there's a few second hand ones as well, including what I would call a half a Grail and also a full blown Grail. So if we start off with the RSD releases, I bought this. I wasn't intending to buy this, but I saw it and I thought yes, I'll go for it. And this is this R2 tone. That doesn't make sense. But yeah, it's a good compilation album of people like the Specials, the Beat, Madness, who else, the Selector, the Special aka Body Snatchers, all on one vinyl, one album. It's got the live version of Too Much Too Young, which is far better than the actual LP version. It's the live version that got to #1 in the charts here in the UK. It has Gangsters, it's got Madness doing Madness, but for some reason it doesn't have the Prince, which I believe was on two-tone. It also has the Specials Do Nothing, which I love, and the Selector on my radio, Tears of a Clown by the Beat, or Tears of a Clown by the Beat. Really good album. I played the first half of this, really enjoyed it just before I made this video. So that's the first RSD release. The second one I bought, and you need to be careful with this, and I had to get it, and there is your Obi strip, and it is the McCartney album, Half Speed Master. And I played this as soon as I got home and it sounds absolutely brilliant. Now it comes in as an extra bonus the Apple label, which my other copy comes on a crappy Parlophone label. However, it doesn't come with that mobile sleeve. I had to put that in myself. And you do get somewhere in here, if I can find it, plain white sleeve, but you also get a little, it's almost, I don't know what that is, it's just telling you it's Half Speed Master, but it's not as nice as the Abbey Road one that came with the Who. I'll just stick that in here. But yeah, it's my favourite McCartney album. I've said it before, I absolutely love it. It's one of the warmest albums you could get, and look, there's no barcode. I can see in the back, and my other one had a huge barcode right there, which was really annoying. So yeah, brilliant album. It was pricey enough, but it is one of my favourite albums of all time, so I had to get a really decent copy. So those are only two record store day releases I got, but this album came out on the first record store drop, which I wasn't able to get, and it's Status Quo's Ma Kelly's Greasy Spoon. Now this is not the RSD release because it came out in coloured vinyl. This is just an ordinary black vinyl version, which is totally fine by me. It's their first sort of boogie album, and I think it is really good. There's nothing really famous off this, although Junior's Wailing is on this, which they would tend to play live quite a bit. But this is a really good album with Spinning Wheel, Daughter, Everything, Shy Fly. I really enjoy this album. I always have enjoyed it, and I had it in CD. I've got a lot of cool albums on vinyl, never had this, really fancied it. I wanted the record store day one, but this was much cheaper because I looked on eBay at the record store day. Well, I actually looked on the day, which means they were really inflating the prices. If I looked now, it would probably be a decent price, but I couldn't wait, and I just wanted to have it on vinyl, so I went and got the black vinyl. So this is Ma Kelly's Greasy Spoon from, I think this is 1970 or 71, Status Quo, their third album. Next up, I saw this and I had to get it because it's my favourite album of John Fogerty, and this is Blue Moon Swamp. I featured this in my favourite albums of the 90s. Brilliant album. Southern Streamline is fantastic, as is Hot Rod Heart. Rambunctious Boy is brilliant. Joy of My Life is absolutely beautiful. A really well recorded, well crafted songs. And this came out in 1997. Now I wouldn't mind getting the one after this as well, which I can't remember the name of. It's the one with him on the motorbike. It's an old picture. But yeah, Blue Moon Swamp, it is, I think it's best and slightly better than Centerfield. So I'm really pleased to pick this up. And this comes in, the lighting here won't show you that well, but trust me, that is a blue vinyl. It's actually very dark blue. So John Fogerty, Blue Moon Swamp. Next up, and to complete my vinyl of Mick Jagger, I bought Goddess in the Doorway. It's not a bad album, it's not his best. Wandering Spirit is by far his best, but it does have its moments. I'm a little bit disappointed in the way that they packaged this. It's not gatefold, it is on a double vinyl, but it's just got two plain white sleeves inside, and all the information is on the back. And there is no way in hell I'll be able to read that. In fact, that's worse than the CD. And that actually looks like Japanese or something, but it's not, it's English. And you would need a microfiche reader to read that. But it's still good to have it on vinyl. The title track's pretty good here. Joy with Bono's quite good. And the one with Lenny Kravitz, God Gave Me Everything, is very good as well. Overall, it's not a bad album. It's good to have it, but as I say, it's mid-table out of the four for me. I think I still even prefer She's the Boss to this, so I'll probably put this as the third album, and Primitive Cool is weakest. So Mick Jagger, Goddess of the Doorway. Another new one, and this is the thing about being a David Bowie fan. I didn't need this, but I had to get it because it's gold vinyl. It's Young Americans. It was released last week. I had to get it. I don't know, I've got now 3 copies of Young Americans, which is ridiculous. But as I say, they do give you the lyrics in this, which is good. But it is on nice gold vinyl. But was it necessary? No. Is it good to have? Yes. So David Bowie, Young Americans, the 45th anniversary. So I now have gold vinyls of, Ziggy Stardust, Hunky Dory, silver of Aladdin Sane, red of Diamond Dogs, and now gold of Young Americans. Okay, I bought this today. It's not a record store day release, but I knew it was coming out. And this is Come On Feel the Hits by Slade, and this is a double LP with 24 tracks. It's got all the big hits on here, from Get Down and Get With It to Radio Wall of Sound. Mysterious Mr. Jones actually is on this as well, which is great to have. It got in my top 10 Slade singles. But yeah, fantastic album. It's good to have them spaced out rather than 20 packed into one actual LP. However, they've released a CD of this, and there's double the tracks on the CD. It's a double CD, which has got all the minor hits and all the flops on it as well, and it is absolutely fantastic. I haven't bought it yet. I don't need to buy it because I've got all those on different CDs. But I just wish they had have made this into a 4 LP box set, but they didn't. So it's still relatively cheap as well for a double album, but yet again it's not gatefold, and this one only has black sleeves in it, and they're not polylined, they're cardboard. But still, Come On Feel the Hits, Slade, and I think this is going to chart as well, so I'll have a look at the charts next week to see if it manages the top 100. Hopefully it does. Okay, so with Slade I have got a semi-grail, and it is Slade Alive Volume 2, released in 1978 on the Barn label. And this is follow-up to their Slade Alive from 1971 or 72. This is really good because it's got a lot of big hits on it, like Take Me Back Home, Mama We're All Crazy Now, Come On Feel the Noise, Goodbye to Jane, Every Day, as well as some minor songs like My Baby Left Me, Burning in the Heat of Love, One Eyed Jacks. But to me this sounds as if it was worked on a lot, because it's very clean and the songs sound very similar, or so close to being like the original version. So I don't know how much of this is actually live and how much is actually worked on, but it's still a good album. I prefer Slade Alive, the first one, because it is just a good live dirty album. This one here is a little bit too polished, but it's expensive to get, and I found this at a cheap price. So this is my mini Grail, or my half a Grail. And my Grail, I couldn't believe I've got this. I'm so delighted I've got it. It's Slade again, and it's Return to Base, their 1979 album, and this is a really strong album. Wheels Ain't Coming Down is the opener to this. It was then a single whenever it was taken off their next album, We'll Bring the House Down, which consists of 5 songs from this, and plus singles, B-sides and stuff, and it became their new album. So I have all the songs in this, because whenever Salvo reissued the CD of We'll Bring the House Down, they swept up all the songs from this that weren't on We'll Bring the House Down and added them on as bonus tracks. But I always wanted this on vinyl, and I wanted it on Barn, not the Dutch WEA. So really strong album. It was expensive, but it was still below the average price, well below the average price, so I'm absolutely delighted to get this. This is Return to Base by Slade. And 2 more, and this one I bought ages ago and I forgot to show it, and it's Cold Blue Excursion by Ray Dorset, and this is his first solo album, which came out in 1972. I think it was shortly after or shortly before the Mungo Jerry Boot Power album. This is very similar to Mungo Jerry, although it's slightly more jazzy. It's got stuff like Gotta Be Free, which is quite Mungo Jerry, and Have a Pity on Me, which is very Mungo Jerry. But it's a strong album. I actually prefer this to Boot Power, because Boot Power, he was going more rockabilly, and this is more to his style. And so this did nothing in the charts, but it is a good album. Title track's very good as well. Cold Blue Excursion, which is the second song on side 1. So Ray Dorset. And lastly, I bought this. It's a double album. Yes, I bought Lionel Richie Back to Front, which is a double greatest hits LP, and it's really good. I do like Lionel Richie, especially the singles. You do get some of the Commodore stuff on here as well, like Easy, 3 Times a Lady, Still, Sail On, as well as the big hits like All Night Long, Dancing on the Ceiling, Stuck on You, Penny Lover, Running with the Night, Say You, Say Me. It's just a very strong album, and this came out in '92. This is actually quite hard to get on vinyl, so I saw this in the local record shop, thought yeah, I'll have that. I never actually had the CD either. So Lionel Richie, Back to Front. Okay, so there's some of my purchases over the past while or so, plus the 2 RSD ones that I got today. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.